show here on the 29th of January, 2023. And I just wanted to show you, look how fat our babies are getting. There's my hand. This one's just the skinniest one. And they're just snoozing. They're all getting fat. They eat like horses and do a lot of sleeping. Now this one here, the little female, she was the first one to open her eyes, and she was the first one to get up on all 4 feet. So, but she didn't stay there long. She was a little bit wobbly and down she went, but she was the first one on her feet. So that was kind of cool. We had, what's that, sweetie? Oh, right here. Maddie and I went for a walk last night, and we were walking into a stiff wind. I'm going to call this a breeze. A stiff wind where we were leaning forward. It was rippling my pant legs on my shorts. That's how bad it was, and we were having to watch out for debris and dust, staying away from the trees. Now when we got over the end street, we call it Tower Street. The cool thing about it, the big bamboos, there's 50-foot tall bamboos over there. They were doing a dance like you wouldn't believe. Like my little sweetheart, huh?
That one.
Yeah. And it was blowing them things over, but we were in like a void, so we weren't getting too much wind until we got back away from Tower Street. So we had a nice walk though. It was the first night that we walked where it was a warm breeze, and right now it's actually, I got this shirt on, I don't need it. It's not cold, is it?
Nope.
It's the first warm breeze we've had in a week and a half. Now earlier today when I came out, we had about 10 minutes of sunshine between the clouds, and I'm telling you what, it was just like a magnifying glass on you. It was a roasting sun. So I think that this, hopefully, this is going to be over. My back's been sore as heck. Sitting, bending, anything like that's not good. I just gotta keep on my feet and walking. But I've always had this trouble. When I lived in the Midwest, one of the reasons I moved away from there was I never had problems when it was the deep of the winter, where it got real cold. As a matter of fact, I used to get up early in the morning and do walks through that, crunching on the snow without anyone else out, take my dog with me, and just walk. And I never minded the heat. What I can't handle is that in-between weather. You know, the weather where you just don't know how to dress. Some nights we walk, you know, you got to pull your shirt up to let some heat out so you don't sweat. You know, it's all learning how to dress. But in the States, I remember my son and I, when I went to visit him the one time, we went golfing. The ground was hard as a rock. Now we had the fairways were clear, but off the fairways there was snow, so you had to hit the fairway. You could hit an iron. I could hit a 7-iron, I don't know, 300 yards, you know, because you're like hitting on an airport runway. And we had a great game of golf until we got to the 18th hole and a snow squall hit. That's them dang yapping dogs. Snow squall hit, and I remember taking a 2-iron, and I was keeping the golf balls in a warmer in the bag. I had one of those little wicked warmers, kind of like a lighter thing. You fill them with lighter fluid so that the balls wouldn't be hard as a rock. And I hit a 2-iron, which I can hit 250, 260 easy, and I didn't make the green. My son used the driver. He didn't make the green either. That's how stiff the wind was. And when we were walking up to look for our balls, you could hardly see it. But I was perfect temperature. I had a Shetland wool vest, and I had one of those shirts. I used to, when I had my gun shop, I used to sell to all the cops and stuff. And I had a cop supply place, because they wouldn't just want guns. They'd want the belt. They'd want this and that. And I had a thing to sell that kind of stuff. Well, one of the things I bought from there that I really liked were these t-shirts, and I don't like to wear the synthetic too much. I have here, but I don't like that too much. Well, it had loops rolled into it. It's to keep your vest away from your body so air can get through there. And I had one of them on with the woolly pulley and just a windbreaker, and I had some golf Crocs and just a pair of wool socks. And I was not cold at all. It was perfectly temperature, even though it was only about 20 degrees outside. And what was really funny, I was giving my son the warmed golf balls because he came with his and he had left his clubs in the car. And you should have heard when he would hit the ball. It was just knock. It sounded like hitting a baseball bat, real crack to it. So I said, here, you better use these or we're going to have trouble. And we play him for one hole. And even his putting, too, when he was putting, it was tough. But this is the kind of weather we're still getting. It's not the best yet, but like I say, guys, this is a very warm breeze, and I'm digging that. I've been watching a little bit of the news, not too much, and it just seems it's a mess. It seems like they're fear-mongering. Seeing a lot of stuff on there. Oh, it's going to be the end, blah, 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 and everything's going to crash, blah, blah. Well, something, if that happens, there's not much we can do about it anyway. So... But a lot of these channels I'm watching, it's all gloom and doom now. It's like fear porn that they're trying to push on you. And you're seeing some releases from, this Musk guy. I don't truly trust that fella either. That's what they want. And they talk to the one thing I put on Facebook about the kill box and all that. And, some of these places, I also seen Crowder, it's not about the money. He's got some kind of weird thing going. Guys, I don't trust any of those guys. I think all these fellas in the media, they're all to different degrees run. And there's got to be an opposition. You can't have them all going one way. There's got to be an opposition so you can grab those people too. So I remember years ago when it was, like it was Fox News against the world and all this. I didn't trust them guys either. I just don't, any of the mainstream media, I'm not buying it anymore. None of it. I'm glad my TV's broke. I'm serious. I get news from people. I saw one thing, I got a buddy that's down in Tennessee. And he goes, he's lived there for years and years. And he said, these people that are doing the riots, they've never seen them before. He said, they're busting them in. These are not local people, grassroots thing having a fit. Now the big thing went on there now, these 5 cops did all this and that. Well, you know what, they're chanting this, Dorothy, they're chanting this certain stuff for a narrative. Well, the narrative should be nice, peaceful protest, and they should get out there and say, hey, get rid of the qualified immunity for these cops, make them responsible. Now, these 5 cops were arrested and charged. We'll see what happens with them. But I watched the video. I watched them, what they did to this kid. And yeah, personally, they should all go to jail, every single one of them. Now, they would probably have to segregate them. But this is nothing but from what I could see, was a gang beating. It was that gang. It's that gang against you guys. And these cops, they always say, "Oh yeah, but there's good ones." Where were the good ones when this was going on? Where in the hell were the good ones, guys? I didn't see any of them coming up and grabbing some of these people and pulling them off. I saw another video where they were just hammering on this woman, kneeing her in the back, punching her in the face, doing all this kind of stuff. What's up with that? You get control of somebody, put the cuffs on them, put them in the car. You don't just give them an ass whooping. They're street justice, they call it. And then they showed these cops talking about, yeah, you're gonna pay. The kid ran away. I'd have ran away too if I could have run. They wouldn't have caught him. These guys were so out of shape it wasn't funny. But guys, don't forget, to me, these fellows are just nothing but a gang. They're Thin Blue Line gang. They got a special flag. That's not an American flag, guys. That's their Thin Blue Line flag. That's a big pile of crap. That they can't associate that anything with what America's all about, if you ask me. I ain't buying it. Thin Blue Line, bunch of crap, if you ask me. I've had in my lifetime, I knew a lot of cops when I had the shop, and pretty decent fellows, local guys and stuff. But when have you ever had a good encounter with a cop? They're going to stop you on the road, and instead of saying, hey, you got a light out, maybe you ought to get this fixed and drive away, no, they're going to charge you. You're going to pay a fine for that because you didn't know you had a light out. Okay, you go a couple miles over, they're going to give you a ticket, and then they're going to start looking around. They're going to bring a dog out. because they're nothing but tax collectors, guys. They're working for their masters. Most of them don't have an IQ, if you ask me. They hire the ones with the lowest IQ because they're easily controlled. And if you watch their actions, I have the different channels with the auditors and all this kind of stuff. Plus some people send me other ones, and I do watch some of those. I'll let it play. I don't have the TV anymore, but I'll let it play and just listen. These cops refuse to agree that there's a law. They take people to jail. They lose all the time, but here's the problem. Why isn't this money coming out of their pension? Why is it coming from we the people? You know, when they lose $1 million lawsuit, who pays for that? You do. So they're sitting back laughing. It ain't costing them nothing. And when these cops do get accused of something else, they okay, we got him, and he's off the force. He's off. And guess what? He's working in some other town somewhere else, laughing with all his buddies how he got off on the deal. Didn't cost him a dime. His pension's still there. That's not right. You know, if you did something what these guys did, what do you think would happen to you? Think about it. What would happen to you if four of your buddies and you got a hold of somebody and did that to them? Where would you be right now? So this stuff, it's going to keep going on, but these rabble rousers down there in Tennessee, you know, the people are just one person now. You know, take it with a grain of salt, guys. One person I know, you know, he's about my age, a couple years younger than me, black fella, nice guy. I've known him from when I worked down there back in, oh my goodness, that was back in the 80s. Kept in contact, visited him a few times. Nice fella, got a great wife, nice kids, Christian dude. And he said he lives right in the area. He said, I don't know who these people are. He goes, they're bringing them in. He says, there's buses parked. They're bringing them in. They're starting this. They want to have this trouble. And then you get some of these people talking, oh, it's a race thing. Well, it's a black guy's beat up on another black dude. It's not that. It's the authorities. It's these people that they put in charge, running amok, guys. And there's a lot of them. And I still don't say, you know, if a good cop, supposed good cop, stands by and watches them do that, he's the same as them, if you ask me. I don't give a damn. He's the exact same as those guys. So, and I've not had good encounters with cops. I've been thrown down, stood on my neck for no reason, you know, just because I was walking. So, and I didn't have a camera. Walking without camera, that's dangerous. Now they got some which walking with the camera's dangerous. You know, if you're out in public. Not here, laws are different here, guys. But in the States, anything you can see in public, you can film. So, yeah, but they don't like that. And these guys, I just don't get these cops. And even the boss cops that come up, go ahead, arrest them. And they haul these people away and they lose. And they don't get in any trouble for it. They're like let off the hook. Man, it's crazy, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I haven't done anything with that yet. I still got to do the air and the tires. It's the first warm day, and I'm glad it's still windy, but it's warm. And I'm definitely going to have to get that out.
Your glasses turn black.
Yeah, they're the photocell ones. These are mommy's. But got a hold of Mark on the messenger, and we're going to get together and do a ride here one of these days. Want to wait till the wind cuts down a little bit, get a nice sunny day, and I'll meet him somewhere halfway, and we'll do some riding, buddy. Hope it's sooner than later. I've got the bike through April, and just going to take care of it. The oil's all changed, and I just got to check the tires and make sure everything's in order. Get that chain oiled and all that, which I'm going to do. I still got to do my tricycle. We don't have a need for it in this cold weather because I'm not piling the kids in that in the morning. You know, we've gotten up the last 2 weeks, and we're in the car and it's cold, guys. It's absolutely cold. I don't want these kids getting sick. I've got a bit of a sore throat myself from this. So, you know, and the kids are all scratchy throats, same as me. So it got us. You got to worry. Right now, I don't feel too bad of them being without a shirt, but that's how it goes. But these guys started on this one again. They've been working on this one, so it'll get pretty noisy here in the next couple months. I hope they get her up quick. I hope it's this fellow that built that house right there. I hope it's him, because he doesn't play around. I'd hate for this to be a 2-year construction project right next door, because we are getting, right now, we're getting a lot of dust. Dust in. I'm going to keep the windows closed. So, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Don't forget to pray for each other. Oh, and by the way, keep Doc in your prayers. He's in a therapy clinic now, I guess, to get back to walking and moving again. And we hope that he's going to be okay. So don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.
It's midnight, we're going all night. Can you pass a drink to get the vibe right? Don't feel like having a Bud Light. How's tequila with some salt and lime? Oh my, am I alright? Thanks for asking, doing just fine. Can I say that you're looking real nice? We'll love to chat right now before I get high. When you gaze into my eyes, I feel like I'm on cloud 9.